Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming, baby, because you gotta keep that grass low so that tree can definitely show, baby. But we've talked about, all their awesome products, right? The premium performance package that they have, where we talk about that 2-in-1 shampoo that my man Deke loves to use. Man, he keeps that hair extra fluffy and clean, I personally like the body wash. Always makes me feel good and smell like a manly man. But more importantly, that Lawnmower 4.0, the one with that tactical light that turns on and off, I never leave home without it, baby. So when you're on the road, you got to keep the trimmers with you, baby. But as
you got it in your glove compartment in your car.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you never know. We got action? All right. Manscaped. But that's how you keep it feeling good. But as we always say, man, we don't talk about anything on this show unless we have a promo code for you, baby. And that promo code is dun-da-da-da, MOATS. Use that promo code. You get you 20% off along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time and make sure you use that promo code. Cop the awesome products. And I can trust you. You can trust me when I tell you this. Your delicate dangly twins will be thankful for it, okay? The linebacker, but I just call him an athlete because he played quarterback for a couple of years and was an All-American. Then he went over and said, I'm going to play inside linebacker. And he was an All-American as well. Troy Andersen, number 15 from Montana State, 6'4", 235. Now, this guy was super intriguing because I hadn't really heard about him until, y'all sent the emails, and I'm looking at him at the Senior Bowl, and I'm like, dude, this guy looks like a natural linebacker. I like his coverage a lot. I think he's very fluid. I think that he was fast as well, like the new style prototypical linebacker. Almost in a sense reminded me of like a Chad Muma at times, man, in terms of how he was able to move through coverage and stuff like that. And I said, man, I think that he has a natural nose for the ball. He looks like he's having fun also. But I was just like, man, I think he'd get a little bit stronger. And I don't want to say he was raw, but he's just like he could develop a little bit more. But then I start to research him, and I'm like, oh, this guy's only been playing linebacker for 2 seasons. He just switched over. He was a quarterback, and that's why I was like, that's why he looks so fast at times. Yeah, my man, Troy, it's crazy when I'm looking at him more and more now because he becomes that much more intriguing knowing that he's only had 2 years of linebacker experience. To see the speed that he plays with, to see his natural ability to cover, read routes, and soft hands in the sense of, man, he can generate turnovers, but he's not afraid to hit. He will go in there and hit a guy. You know what I mean? Like, I like that a lot about him. And I think that he's a sideline-to-sideline guy. He is the new version of the prototypical linebacker. And watching him at Montana State, it's like, all right, man, you look nice as heck. But I'm like, all right, you're at Montana State. So granted, they were winning. They went to I think they lost in the semifinals this year in the FCS, which was still, like I said, top-notch. But you just always are a little concerned. But to see him at the Senior Bowl versus bigger body, faster athletes, and him still looking like he belonged, that definitely was impressive to me, man. So with him, I think the big knock is he's just young at that position. But you know who else was young at their position when we drafted them? Now, granted, it was different, but TJ Watt. I mean, he only played, 2 years of outside linebacker before we got him, and we saw how he was able to really grow and develop. So when I look at Troy, I'm like, 6'4", 235, sideline to sideline, natural coverage ability. Since he played quarterback, you already know he's crazy smart, and you see that when he's dropping into coverage, whether it's man or zone, how he can read routes. I enjoy that. And, dude, I hate to talk effort, at times. But for him, man, he has some plays, bro, where his effort is just outstanding. Bro, I'm watching him in, I believe the game they were playing Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State has the most crazy screenplay ever. It's a reverse flea flicker. It was a double reverse flea flicker throwback screen. My man Troy runs down the middle of the field for the run action, shuffles over to the left for the for the reverse, goes back to the rush on the flea flicker, and then when the screenplay happens, he's the guy chasing him downfield 40 yards and flying. I said, bro, that is different. I was like, I played hard. I ain't play that hard. It's like, Lord. all of that, and then you're the main guy catching. Like, he didn't catch the guy because it was a small receiver, but he was the last guy like that was even close to getting him. I was like, yo, that is just crazy to me, man, to see him play with that type of effort all the time. But yeah, man, I like him a lot because he's super intriguing, man. Super intriguing.
100% right.
Yeah.
The speed, the background at quarterback. Also had some background at safety too. So maybe that's
absolutely,
why
man.
he's a little bit better than coverage than
Mm-hmm.
most of your average linebackers out there.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing's the inexperience. But if you're telling me this dude's going in the 4th or 5th round, I think he could be worth a flyer because of that athletic ability. And some of the stuff that you may be critical of him, I feel like could be coached up. Yeah, it's just maybe his shuffle's a little off, or he's not reading the holes right. But like, I feel like as a linebacker, you could just get coached up in that. The athleticism,
and
though,
and he knows how to get to the ball. Like, you either get to that ball or you don't. And that's kind of how I look at it with linebackers. And he is a guy that definitely gets to that ball, man.